Wow. Yes, people then. Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. Oh, mate. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 2. People, where do I start, man? Frankly, number one, it's not good enough. I don't want to hear about bogey team. There is an Emery effect, and Emery clearly doesn't. I'm not going to say any manager, whether it's Ange Postecoglou or Emery, they don't want to lose to anybody. No manager sets up to lose. We're not saying this. What I'm saying is possibly when Emery sets up, he sets up properly in a way where he wants to fuck Arsenal over and, make sure he delivers the 3 points, if not a point away at Arsenal, which isn't a disgraceful thing, especially if you're an Aston Villa team, manager, fan, etc. Oh, but guys, it's painful. It's painful. Like, okay, the last 2 games, Tottenham Villa, the levels have increased very slightly. Martinelli was okay today. It was quite good. He scored. But there's too many people I can pick out that are just average. Marino, I've never heard of him. Declan Rice, not good enough. For too many games now. Odegaard, the skipper. Like, seriously, he gets a lot of lies. He gets a lot of... he doesn't get blasted basically enough. Like, what is this? Is it because he's the captain? Is it because super fans love him? Is he just flavour of the month? Has he got a massive dick? I don't know. But Odegaard's getting away with way too much. And again, it's been shown when there's no Saka in the team, there's no plan B. There's we look stale up front. We just look stale, to be honest with you. I think the best way I can put it. Now, let me get the stream out there real quick. Let's try and drum up some business, I'll say. Get some people into the stream. Shouts out to real ones. Do be liking, do be subscribing. If one happens to be new today. Some business, I'll say. Shouts out to real ones. Let's try and get some people up in the building. But yeah, so deflated, you know what I mean? Arteta's an absolute clown. One trick pony. I do believe now, literally fully, we've been found out. Like, as in the way we play football, there's no plan B. I used to say this on the Wenger quite a lot in his last few years at the club. Like, Arsenal run out of ideas. It's tick-a-tack-o. We pass it around the edge of the box. We pass, but we don't shoot. It's not like that now. There's no ticket. Let me tell you, there's no fucking tick-a-tack or anything similar. But there's a lack of everything. And again, without putting it too bluntly or to a finer point on it, there is some games where I feel we could go out there and play for fucking days and we're not going to get a result. Or not really going to score. Congratulations on Havertz scoring today. Like, I don't have to just say straight away, Emi Martinez mistake or a good finish by Havertz. The Havertz that could have been a winner, could he have had his hand in a better position? I still think it's harsh, but then again, I'm a diehard Arsenal fan. Could his hand have been in a better place? Like, I don't know, up in the air. Like, I shut the sheriff. I don't know where VAR want players to put their hands, like up their arse. Like, you kind of need your arms and that to turn it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm a professional athlete or anything like that, but arms turning to get a bit of leverage on someone. Do you know what I mean? It makes me laugh. Like, what certain players from back in the day, like whether it was a Peter Crouch, Les Ferdinand, like any striker, Ian Wright, like, and forget midfielders like, I don't know, Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira. They couldn't have had careers in modern day football. What would have happened to players like this? Obviously, right now, if you're a modern day footballer and you love going around kicking people, you know what I mean? You're going to have to weigh that shit in straight away because you don't have much of a fucking career in any league, let alone the Premier League. So, guys, do be liking, do be subscribing. If we is new, a couple of things on the agenda. Guys, yes, let's just be honest. The transfer window, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be quiet for a few teams. Yeah, we know Man City have spent over 100 million, well over 100 million. It's going to be in excess of 60 million for Omar Mamouche. Victor Reis in from Palmeiras, and the Uzbekistan kid, 20 years old, central defender, in from the French league. Yeah, ever so annoying, especially the Victor Reis one. Omar Mamouche is a good footballer. Would I wanted to spend 60, 65 million quid on him? I'm not sure. May it be. All I know is right now is we're looking super thin. The kids on the bench, whether it is a Butler or the Edgy or whatever from the youth, from the academy, he doesn't want nothing to do with them. Like, I would have honestly brought on, like, imagine, like, Villa don't know squat about Butler or the Edgy. I would have brought him on for the last 5 minutes. Like, he's on the bench every single game without getting any kind of minutes. The same thing he was doing to the great Athan Nwari. Unbelievably, he started Athan Nwari and it all went wrong. But yes, Carlo, let's get into, was it a handball? Like, okay, one of his arms was here, but bro, even to turn, like, I'm not a professional athlete or a footballer. Like, number one for you, did it touch his hand? Just yes or no? I'll ask you. Number two, if you was the VAR man, what would you have actually done about this? Would you have said if you thought it grazed his hand, was it accidental? Was his hand in a natural position? Carlos, shouts out to you, bro. It's the beautiful book, Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, we will get into that as well very soon. Shouts out to you. Linda, what's going on? How are you? What do you want? What's LPL? Oh, LOL. What do you mean, what do I want? As in what, my stream? Was it a handball? Did Arteta give any comments on it or any Arsenal player? Not as far as I've seen. I'm sure there has been one or two things. I honestly went straight to the kitchen to go cook dinner. I walked the dog and I've come back live again. I'm sure in Arteta's press conference, like against Newcastle, bro, I don't know if you see how embarrassing it was against Newcastle. He started blaming the weight of the football. It moved around a lot. So why didn't Newcastle have the same problem? I think one or two of the Newcastle players did say in the Carabao Cup, it was a very, very weird football that was actually used. I think a few players did mention the flight of the ball. Arteta using it as an excuse. Well, Newcastle could use it as an excuse. They could have won 2-0 like they did and still say we could have won 4-0 if it wasn't for the flight of the ball. They chose not to say that. So I don't really care what Arteta says, brother. The day you met me, you knew I didn't like Arteta. I'm never going to like Arteta, my friend. Okay, so before you get back to your knitting then, have you got any comments like Mikel Arteta? Like, again, I know Arsenal fans love him. They don't want to sack him. But again, how many years of this process? It's 5 years now. It's over 5 years, Carlo. It's one FA Cup. Let's think about it. Eric Ten Hag had 2 years in the Premier League, 2 trophies in the Premier League. Okay, it wasn't the Champions League or a Premier League title. But he won the FA Cup, like Arteta has done. And he's won a League Cup. And he was promptly sacked. So my first question is, Carlo, is one FA Cup in 5 years good enough? As not even an Arsenal fan, what would you say has to happen next with Arteta? Is Arteta going to be backed again with money? I don't believe so. I don't believe Arteta is being backed with money, not this transfer window. The last window, brother, we spent about 75 million on Calafiori, who he doesn't trust and doesn't play now. He now plays a central midfielder, 18 years old, at left back. I love the 18-year-olds. I love the academy products. The Arsenal children coming through, bro. But, bro, Skelly is not a left back. Bro, please watch him. He comes into the centre of the park so often. And when he does come into the centre of the park, he looks so much better immediately, Carlo. It's a left back. It's a central midfielder. Go and look at this Skelly, bro. Athan Nwari, when he comes back from injury, maybe Saka will be back. He'll never play him again. I find it very tough on the youth for Arsenal. Hussein, how are you doing? Hussein Jumar, real one. I find it very harsh. Skelly is not a left back. He spent £42 million on Calafiori. Why? He's injury prone and then he doesn't want to play him. He buys Mourinho. Mourinho, we could have negotiated him now for free. He had 1 year on his deal, bros. But we spent 32.5 million. So that's about 72.5 million pounds we spent, bro. But on selling Nketiah, Ramsdale, who else? Emile Smith-Rowe, roughly we took about 70 million back. So what I'm trying to tell you is, Carlo, is what we sold last summer is what we was allowed to spend. We sold about 70 million. we signed about 70 million worth of talent. So I think the days of the Americans just giving him 130, 140 million a season is done. I don't believe he gets money in January. I believe we can loan, or if we sell Kiwor, Zinchenko, and Tierney. But Tierney is going to go back to Celtic for free, zero money on a pre-contract. Zinchenko, we spent £32.5 million on. Will we even get £10 million if he goes on loan to Germany? He's got 18 months left on his contract. We have to insist now we get money, bros. It's too many mistakes, bros, and too much bad spent money. Vieira is on loan, £35 million investment. He isn't even that young no more. He's not old, but, you know, bad money spent, bros, all over the place at Arsenal, and it's biting us in our dicks now. And I don't know if, obviously, the Kronkers, who I blame massively for a lot of the problems, but they're not the problem, bro. They've spent a lot of money at the club. They've given him £700 million in 5 years. Over 700 million. He's just a bastard, this manager. Come on, man. Arsenal is a powerhouse comparing to Man United. Not really, bros. When you look globally, what Man United still make in other foreign countries like China, Japan, universally, Man United is still huge. Liverpool are still huge globally. Of course, Arsenal are catching up. But I'm going back to the days when Alex Ferguson asked for Manchester United not to participate in the FA Cup for 1 year. And this is the truth. And they didn't. All to play in a tournament in Japan. Man United is huge in China and Japan, bros. They make money globally. That stadium will be a 100,000 stadium. I promise you, within 5 years, Old Trafford will be 100,000. All you see are a fucking legendary stadium. But again, they've got, similar to Arsenal, after Wenger, and it's a good conversation, after Wenger and Ferguson both left their positions at Arsenal and Manchester United respectively, let's be kind of honest, bro. It's never been the same at neither of the two clubs. I'm going to watch match today at 10:30. I'll see the game and let you know what I think. Hello, Arteta out. Indeed, brother. Arteta is Guardiola for Eric Ten Hag. I don't understand. Arteta is bros. Arteta is zero like Guardiola. Like Guardiola does things like, you know, if you lose possession, there's the 4-second rule. You have to have the ball back. You can't aimlessly get to the byline and just cross the ball. If there's no one in, you have to cut back, or you have to win the ball back. It's very, very different, bros. No. Very different. Cronker out. Save Arsenal. Hi, saying roll on March. Hello, Linda. Linda, I don't know how I'm going to cheer for Hamilton when I'm a Mercedes fan. That should be easy then. Oh, he's a Mercedes fan. He's gone to Ferrari. Okay, yeah. So, Carlo, if you're still there, I don't know. Like, bro, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal have money? Do you think that's it? They've got zero to spend in January. Am I right? Barcelona, I've been told, would let Lewandowski go, and not even for money. They want him off the wages. Oh, man, I'll take him for 6 months. Fuck it. I would honestly take him for 6 months in a heartbeat. I'm going to try and get the stream out there one more time, guys, and then I'll give up. Hussein, what's your thoughts, bro? Again, do you think if we had money, bros, like, is Omar Mamouche that kind of player that Arteta would have went for? I'm not saying it matters now, bros. I'm just saying I believe it's a financial thing. I believe he probably would have went for Nico Williams if we had £50 million to spend. Martin Zubimendi, bros, I told you that deal isn't done. I'm hearing a lot of stories today that Arsenal are only still negotiating with them. We want to give them either the £50 million release clause, but in installments, but we'll give them Tomiyasu plus Jakub Kiwor. I find that quite amazing. Because remember, Jakub Kiwor and Tomiyasu cost us £40 million. Bad financial decisions, and we're going to get no money back on neither of them. So we will send them out either on loan or as a swap to get Zubimendi in. I told you the Zubimendi deal is not done. And I don't really care if it's done. But the deal is far from done, guys. Please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Oh. I hope Arsenal first. It said that Mamouche is better than Martinelli and play 3 positions. Most definitely. And the only thing is, bros, is the consistency. Would Omar Mamouche come into the Premier League and consistently do well? Man City, we're going to find out very soon, because Man City need him to hit the ground running. He can do right on left wing and do striker. So he's a Swift army knife for Arsenal. I get it. And there was a rumour that another club did come in late yesterday, but I think that was Frankfurt's way of rushing Arsenal along. Did you see who was at the Frankfurt game? The Arsenal teenage central defender, Isaac. What's his name? Hayden. It's not Isaac. Aiden Hayden. Aiden Hayden. He looks like a very good prospect for us, and we're losing him on a free. And he was at the Frankfurt game. He's 18 years old. His contract runs out at the end of the season. Chelsea are interested in him, but he was out in Germany yesterday negotiating with Eintracht Frankfurt. No. Like, look at Odegaard today, bro. Odegaard was fucking horrible. Like, I don't give a shit what any Arsenal fan is saying. Odegaard was fucking horrible today, bros. Lethargic. Didn't look at the races. Martinelli huffed and puffed. Trossard, not up to it. Havertz the same. I don't know. But he spends a lot of time buying goalkeepers and defenders. We will see what happens next. But Benjamin Sesko, £53.8 million, allegedly is the release clause. He has a gentleman's agreement to leave the club. Allegedly, a lot of people are saying it is done to Arsenal, but it is a summer deal. The summer free, for Arteta. We need players now. Nico Williams, Benjamin Sesko, and Martin Zubimendi. Arteta's ideal free for the summer. Man United feel they have won the race for Victor Gyökeres. They said they feel he'll wait to the summer to make a decision. Obviously, he ruled out a move to Bayern Munich this January. Odegaard and the guy I've never heard of, Mourinho, both shit against Aston Villa today. Jorginho and Partey both out at the end of the season. Zubimendi in. I think we kind of know the drill on this now. Arteta unsure. What's wrong with Saliba? Now, this is going to be a problem. I'm going to be hunting this after the stream. I'll be hunting this tomorrow if I don't find out the truth. I'm hearing there could be another mystery injury to Saliba, just like when he disappeared with that back injury and we fell out of a top 4 race. Sesko is the #1 striker target. Isaac would have been a dream, but he's going to prove to be too expensive, whether it's this January or next summer. Tomiyasu plus Kiwor it will be a make weight for the Martin Zubimendi deal this summer. Severi Nippon, 18 years old, a Rosenberg midfielder, generational talent, could be on his way to Arsenal. Apparently, we could nick him for as cheap as £15 million this window. Aiden Hayden. Fuck me. What is his name? I think it is Aiden Hayden. Was at the Frankfurt game. Chelsea are all over this kid as well. Borussia Dortmund and other Premier League teams. I think we should just make him sign a new deal. He's a left-footed centre-back. Osman Diamonde, the Sporting CP centre-half, linked for Arsenal for the last year and a half, could be on his way to Chelsea this window. Gittins and Garnacho are 2 winger targets for Chelsea this window also. And as I've said, Williams, Sesko and Zubimendi is Arsenal's or Arteta's preferred free signings in the summer, the next summer window. I know Hussein, and I do put a lot down to the manager. When Ben White comes back, he'll be in his element. That means Timber can fill in at left back. He won't have to play Calafiore no more. But why sign him? Why sign him, bro? Mourinho will be 3rd choice midfielder next season behind the Rice and Zubimendi. I hope Skelly is there, 3rd or 4th choice. Because I like what I've seen of Skelly. But I'll maintain he'll get caught out at left back. He isn't a left back, and it's unfair to be asking him to play such a position at Arsenal Football Club. We're not a small club. We're not a small institution. You know what I mean? And with so many left backs at his disposal, I think it's a bad move by Arteta. He signed Calafiore for 42 million. He's going to have to give him a chance. Please don't say he's injured but sitting on the bench. I'm not going to have that in there of the week. He's not injured. He wouldn't be sitting on the bench. Tierney, he wants nothing to do with him. Obviously, he's going to go back to Celtic, which I'm gutted. Me personally, ruthless or not, I would have, because we've got the power now to extend this contract by 1 year. I would have extended the contract by 1 year and asked any team that wanted him to pay £5 million cash money. If they didn't want to pay the £5 million cash money, I told them to fuck themselves and move along. But maybe that's just me. And maybe Danny AFC TV is a ruthless guy. But I'll never have allowed him just to walk out of the club on a free. Especially when we had the power to extend his contract by 1 more year. I find that disgraceful from the club from top to bottom. Zinchenko, I promise you, as the Lord is watching me, we're not going to receive £32.5 million for him. Maybe if we get £10 million, we're doing okay. But the money is not going to come in for Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Jakub Kiwior. We're not going to get close to the money we spent on them. That's 35 mil. Let's add up some of this. What have we got? 42 mil Calafore. 32 Zinni. 21 and 21, say Kiwior. Let's just put them in at 42. Kiwior and Tommy. 42. KT, we can't blame him for. That wasn't his signing, but he could have done more to protect the value. But even on these guys, Calafore, Zinchenko, and Kiwior all have played left back for Arsenal. And Tomiyasu. That's 40, 80, 84, 84, 94, 104, 114. That's £116 million worth of left back. Kiwior can play centre back. How much of that £116 million on Zinchenko, Calafore, Kiwior, and Tomiyasu are we going to see back? As 116 mil, including Tierney. What's that? 125, 35, 145, 150. That's £151 million, including Tierney. We can't blame him for the signing of Tierney. No. Could he have done more to give him a fair chance, sending him to Spain on loan? Possibly. But to be playing a perfectly good left-footed central midfielder at left back right now, when he signed all of these left backs, Kiwior, he signed him, put him straight in at left back. Zinchenko signed him, left back. Calafore signed him. Well, he weren't better than Gabriel and he ain't better than Saliba, so I take it he was signed as a left back. It's depressing, Arsenal fans. That's £150 million. Odegaard definite crisis, bruv. He was fucking horrible today. But let's deal with the £150 million that I'm talking about first, bro. And how much do you think we can get back for this £150 million? Kiwior, Tomiyasu, Calafore, and Zinchenko. And to know that Tierney, because he's included in the 151, if you want to take that 25 mil away because Arteta never signed him, that's still what? 120 million worth of defender. Let me do that again. 42 for Calafore, 42 for Kiwior and Tomiyasu, 40, that's 84, and 32 for Zinni, 84, 94, 104, 1. That's 116 worth of defender. But Hayden, our little young 18-year-old centre-back, he was at the Eintracht Frankfurt game last night. He'll be signing for them probably on a free in the summer. I think that's out of order. He's a left-footed centre-back, 18, Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich. Everyone's been after him. No, he's never been close to Messi. I'll say that straight, Buzz. I'll say that straight. Never, ever been close to Messi, Buzz. I don't think he'll necessarily be better in this Arsenal team than Messi than Odegaard, because I think obviously Arteta does ruin footballers and doesn't make them look good. I don't know what's happened to Martinelli. Martinelli's best football come under Emery for me. But so did Kieran Tierney's best football at the club come under Emery. And Neil Smith-Rowe's best football, did that come under Emery as well? Yeah, I was very surprised he took Martinelli off, bruvs. And yeah, bruvs, he's earned a lot of money. And he will retire in just over 2 years' time. Because after this year, he's got 2 years left on his Chelsea contract. If they paid him his full 325 grand a week, I reckon he retires from football there and then. Or if he gets an offer from Saudi, but he'll piss them off as well. Or America, he might go for one last year or two if Chelsea pay him up. But he'll sit in the Chelsea reserves next year, bros. He's done with football, but he wants the 325 grand a week for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? Make him and his family even more financially equipped and stable for life. He's done with football, bros. He's been playing for 10 years solidly, probably since the age of about 19, 20. He's been playing, 10, 11 years. He probably doesn't want them summer cross-country runs and fitness checks in the summer no more. Probably can't be bothered a bit. Wants to blaze a little bit of weed with his brethren, and you know what I mean? Football's probably fucking up his lifestyle. So for me, I think he's personally just done with football. He doesn't play with like a guy that wants to get in the England team, wants to impress, wants to stay at North London and Arsenal Football Club. Still no league goals. So I had to call on him from day one. The guy I've never heard of, I had him on the lock from day one. And now I'm hearing we're going to swap Kiwor and Tomiyasu to get favourable payments from Real Sociedad to bring in his midfield partner, who I think he's better than him, but I don't think he's a game changer. Of course. But showed no love to Liverpool, who gave him his chance in football, but still earned decent money there for 6 months because they gave him a contract like, you know, what they did with Suarez to shut him up because he was making noise or something. Went to Man City. We know he had about 250 grand a week there. Obviously, a lot of bonuses, titles, Champions League, you know what I mean? Chelsea, for me, he huffed and puffed in his first season, looked okay at times, and then after that, for me, he retired himself as a footballer, but not officially. Just within his brain, he was like, I'm done here, fuck yeah. It was a big risk what I said in the summer, because he could have come to London, because obviously he is a Londoner. He started his career at QPR. He could have, he was already in London at Chelsea, but he could have come North London and still made a shout for his career. And like, look, I still want to be in the England team. I still want to play for one of the best teams in the Premier League. But for me, he's done nothing. Yes, Ty, he's done nothing to prove that. So for me, psychologically, in his head, he's kind of retired himself off, innit? But where Chelsea gave him such a long contract, and they did make a lot of mistakes with the previous owners. Todd Bowie maybe come in and done some, I can't remember. But that's why last summer the Chilwells, the Sterlings, they were all frozen out to the reserves because they were all massive earners. Blessed to you, Tyler. Guys, please be liking the video. I know, bruvs. And again, it just puts Liverpool mad in the ascendancy now. If we go and have a quick look at the league table, and Liverpool's fixtures ain't even harsh either, bros. But if we look at the league table, like Nottingham Forest, whoever they're playing tomorrow, let's check who they're playing. They can go level on points of us. It's not good enough. Nottingham Forest are at home to Southampton tomorrow. They're going to beat them 5-0. But anyway, Nottingham Forest, same points of us as of tomorrow with the same games played. But Liverpool, 21 games played, 50 points. Arsenal, 22 games played, 44. We're 6 points behind. They've got a game in hand. They'll win that. They'll be 9 points ahead of us. Forest, third, 41 points, 21 games played. By the time they've played their game in hand tomorrow, they'll be on 44 points. Newcastle fucked up big time today at home to Bournemouth. They're in the top 4. Chelsea, with their game in hand over Arsenal, 37, 38, 39, 40, can go on to 40 points. That will take them in the top 4, put Newcastle in 5th. Man City, 21, 37, 38, 39, 40. They'll also go on to 40 points. So basically, by tomorrow, I expect Man City and Chelsea to be joint 4th. So it'll be Liverpool, Arsenal 2nd, Forest 3rd, Chelsea and Man City joint 4th. And as I've said, Man City will finish above us, and I've said it a long time. But Liverpool, 6 points clear, a game in hand over Arsenal. We all know that's against Everton, I do believe, in February. Forest, when they play Southampton tomorrow at home, will join level on points with Arsenal. 44 points over Arsenal. Chelsea, who are they playing tomorrow? Chelsea. They're not. They must be Monday. Wolves, I reckon they'll beat them. And Forest will be Southampton tomorrow. So by tomorrow, Man City should be on 35, 36. They'll be on 38 points, sorry. That takes them joint fourth, but Newcastle will go fourth. Chelsea will go fourth. When they went 37, 39, 40, they go on to 40 points. Motherfucker. And let's very quickly, shouts out to you, Sam. Please get a big like on the video. And if you check our next few fixtures, it's Champions League. Wednesday, 8 p.m. kickoff, Dynamo Zagreb. Then we're away to Wolves on Saturday, 3 p.m. Then it's Champions League again the Wednesday after, Girona. And then home to Man City. 2nd of February. I say Man City will beat us on the 2nd of February, and that will be the day they go above us in the league. Then we play Newcastle away in the Carabao Cup. Then it's Leicester away, West Ham at home, and then Forest away. Liverpool's run isn't mad harsh either. 2-0 up and bottled it. Yeah, mate. Come on, G. Was at the game. They started to turn on Mikel. Brilliant! That means I'm going to start going back to the Emirates, bruv. Was that 4%, 5% of the crowd, 10%? Don't start saying 50-50, bruv. No subs till the 81st minute. And that's Sterling, not even his player. Exactly. Someone that's given up on football. Someone that's just there for the paycheck now. Who wants to retire. Who'll retire in 2 years' time when his Chelsea contract is done. He's got 2 years left after this season. Of a 325 grand a week, fuck you, a 325 grand a week deal at Chelsea, which still has 2 years to run after the end of this year. So, Sam, what was the percentage like of the niggles? Do you get the likes on the video? Do be subscribing if you're new. Tommy Yasu and Jakub Kiewor could be going to Real Sociedad as soon as the end of this window, as part of the deal that will take Martin Zubimendi to Arsenal. Severi Nipan, 18 years old, generational player, has been linked with Arsenal today. He plays for Rosenborg. He's 18. He's a decent little prospect. Osman Diomande looks like he could be leaving Sporting CP. Central defender that played under Ruben Amore, the Man United manager, could be on his way to Chelsea. Gittings has been watched by Chelsea, and so too is Garnacho. 40-60, rest tourist bros. I get it. A lot of tourists. After the tourists, 40-60. I don't believe that. Literally. Like 50-50, I don't even believe. I reckon there is a small, hardcore... Bros, I was in the Emirates. I almost had to knock someone out, bros. Last season, I went to a game. I was cussing Arteta. Blah, 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 blah. Going nuts, do you know what I mean? And some geezer tried to... I just felt a poke. If you don't like Arteta, when you get out of the stadium, when you back off, I was like, mate, listen, I'll fucking knock you. He was a bit of an older gentleman, so it was a touch out. What was that, mate? I'll knock your head all over the fucking Emirates, bro. Leo, because my pal spun around. What are you talking to, bro? I'll kick you all over. His son tried to. I was like, son, I will knock you out now. Now that I realise you're his pops, I'll knock you out and make your dad watch. Like, I'm about to flip out, bro. I was like, don't tell me where to fucking put my opinion, boy. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, a lot of them, even last season, I've been to Emirates this year. I'm waiting for it to get toxic, bros. I know what's happening this year. I've got the jump on this, bros. Do you know what I mean? Take Saliba out for a few weeks, bros. We're banging trouble at centre-back. Rice has been non-existent. Mourinho's a shit cunt. Saka's injured. Yeah, mate, it was now. Well, I could hear nothing. I'm not going to lie. I live right outside the Emirates. I'm looking at it now, bros. The lights are still on, lighting up the sky. And I could hardly hear a thing. Boos, cheers, you know what I mean? But yeah, bros, the toxicness is coming. That means I need to phone Lee Akins. Let me ask him. He said he was working last night, the lying little bastard. Let's see if he wants to answer to me today. Season ticket holder. Close pal gets me all my tickets for Arsenal. Rest in peace to Dennis Law. Akers, I'm live on Danny AOC TV. You're not on loudspeaker yet. But a geezer's come in. Sam seems like a real one. He said he was at the game today, and he said it's getting pretty 50-50 on the toxicness towards Arteta. I'm going to put you on loudspeaker because I want you to answer this the way you see it, because you know you're just like me. Is it really like that, or is it just 10% of the bastards, bruvs? What's going on, Lee? Shouts out to you. You're now live.
Well, I think whereas last season it was more of a minority, I want them out. Now it's kind of a 50-50 split a little bit.
So no, because Sam said, I bet he'll say no, watch, ha ha ha. Nah, he said, so last season it wasn't toxic at all. You'll just get me and the Lee Akers, the people with balls, do you know what I mean?
The minority.
Yeah, me and you, bros, me and you. The very small minority, me and you bastard. Hence why I didn't want to go games this season. I told you that. I only wanted away games. True or false? True. I told Lee at the start of the season, I don't want no home games. Don't waste your money on me, Lee. Don't get me tickets, mate. I don't want no home games. It's a shithole. But I'll have away games because I like the away fans. Go on.
I think people start to wake up now a little bit.
They're beginning to wake up.
Yeah, I think so.
So he didn't say no, Sam, and he's saying it's 50-50. So Lee, with no pressure, and obviously I'll phone you back after the stream. I'm going to have to get into 1 or 2 games, bruv. It's now time I come back, whether we go to an away game or you get me into the next home game ASAP. I'll let you know what fixtures are coming, just for the heads up. Directly next is Zagreb. Obviously, I don't care about that much. Then we're away at Wolves, away at Girona. Brother, 2nd of February, home to Man City. I'd literally bow down on my knees if you get me that game, because my prediction is that will be the day Man City go above us into top 4, okay? That's the 2nd of February, Man City at home. Then we're away to Newcastle, but that's the Caravan Cup. And then it's away to Leicester, home to West Ham. But 2nd of February, if you could get me in. Do you think that's impossible, by the way, Man City? He is the real one, bruvs. He's a fucking absolute real one, Lee Akers is. He's my fucking son. You'll get me a ticket, yeah? Right, I reckon I'm at Man City, Sam. I'd love you to come down. Me and Lee Akers will treat you to a pint before the game, or I certainly will. Lee, jump into the stream. Give it a quick like. I'm going to give you a call at exactly 11, yeah? Where are you based? Where are you at right now? Where are you, roughly? You in North?
I'm actually going down to Southend at the moment.
Southend, all right. All right, love you, Lee. I'm going to call you at 11, all right? Quick little word of you. All right, nice one, Lee. Love you millions, brother. Shouts out, love. So there's Lee Akers. He said no drama, but I don't want to put the pressure on him. I'm hoping so much, please, Lee. Lee usually does come through for me. I reckon I'm at Man City at home, bro. I don't know where he'll get me the ticket. He's a season ticket holder, but he'll grab me as +1. And his dad's a season ticket holder. So if worst, I'll grab his dad's +1. So I will get a ticket, I promise you, and I will be there. Sam, get a big like on the video. I reckon we'll lose at home to Man City, bros. They'll have done their transfer business. I'm not saying to use Becky, stand defender, or Victor Reese will be starting or playing, but Mamouche will be about, and I reckon they're going to sign one more, whether it's this left back, Cambriasso, or not, from Juventus. Told you it's turning. Bros, I didn't realise it. I didn't realise it at all. Obviously, I'm turning. I've never been an Arteta fan in the whole 5 years. I never liked Arteta as a player, bros. I know that's harsh, but when we signed him for £10 million, we'd just been done 8-2 by Man United, and we'd just lost Fabregas and Nasri to Barcelona and Man City, respectively. I was fucking pissed, bro. So I never liked him or forgave him as a player just for replacing them, man. And then he never done nothing for me as a player anyway. I always thought he was shit. Never won a single cap for Spain, bruv. You know what I mean? Total cunt. Absolute idiot. And you get it when you're at Glasgow Rangers, with all respect, and at Everton. Maybe you weren't going to win Spain caps. But when you come to Arsenal under Wenger and the tick-attack of football, bruv, not even that turned any of the Spain managers' heads. You know what I mean? He's shit. Shit player, shit manager. Do you know what I mean? A student of Pep, but nothing more. So is Vincent Kompany. Is he doing better at Bayern Munich? He will win the league. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's going to be a great manager. Who else is a Pep student? Is Maresca a Pep student? Because I think they work together at Barcelona. There's a few out there. Are they doing better than Arteta? It's one FA Cup in 5 fucking years, bros. We want to get top, bros. Me, you, Akers. We should meet up, get it a bit toxic before Arsenal versus Man City. Guys, 40 minutes down. So Williams, allegedly, Sesko and Zubamendi. That is Arsenal's top 3 targets here. Chelsea boss is a student. Thought so. And there's someone else. I fucking can't remember. Another young one. Vincent Kompany. Who else is in management? Is it Alonso? No. There's another one. Love you saying, yeah, he's saying only a few's in London, bros. It's getting more toxic. Do you know what that means? That means Danny AFC TV goes back to the stadium. I can never go live there because the reception's shit, but I'll be recording a lot of videos inside that stadium going nuts at fellow fans if I have to. Quickly in today's news, Sesko, £53.8 million, a gentleman's agreement to leave RB Leipzig at the end of the season. Leipzig, always have problems with saying their name. Leipzig. Apparently Arsenal is the number one choice. Man United feel they have won the race for Victor Gyökeres. He has turned down Bayern Munich allegedly this January in order to move to the Premier League and preferably Manchester United this summer. Odegaard and Mourinho both shit against Villa today. Georgie and Thomas Partey both leaving at the end of the season. Zubimendi in? I'm not sure if Zubimendi is the greatest midfielder either. Arteta unsure what's wrong with Saliba. Listen, if Saliba's out for the season or something, we are fucked, guys. Sesko is our number one striker target for the summer. Isaac is the dream, but will prove to be too expensive, whether it's this January or next summer. Tomiyasu plus Jacob Kiwior will be a make weight in the deal for Zubimendi this summer. Severi Nippon, 18 years old. Rosenberg, midfielder, has been linked with Arsenal today, £15 million. Hayden, is it Hayden? Our central defender, 18 years old from the academy, was at the Frankfurt game yesterday. Rumour is he'll sign for Frankfurt in the next few days on a pre-contractual agreement. Osman Diamonde, the 20-year-old Sporting CP centre-back, could be on his way to Chelsea for £40 million this January. Chelsea are also keeping their eyes on Garnacho of Man United and Gittins of Borussia Dortmund. Guys. What a load of shit. I'm going to go over now, quickly check in with certain sports news, see if there's any... No, did I want Sky Glass? I'll give it a chance. Nunes, good goal. I like Darwin Nunes. I've got a lot of time for him as a footballer. I think he's a very productive footballer, Darwin Nunes. I wouldn't say he's my number one striker target for Arsenal, but he'd score more than Havertz in that in a season. I'm fucking telling you. But he's a guy, I don't know. I don't think we are, bros. I reckon only, and shouts out to you, Linda, I reckon only a loan, bros. Already done it already. It's £50 million if you want Nico Williams. Atletico Bilbao said they're done with him. He's had a shit first 6 months of the season. He scored 1 goal, 1 assist. Atletico Bilbao said if anyone activate the release clause, fuck them, they can go. It's £49 million. He's available if you want him. We obviously haven't got it. Zubimendi's available at £51 million. Allegedly, we're going to give them nearer £45 million, but we want to give them Kiwior and Tomiyasu as part of the deal for favourable payments, or pay them £65 million and pay up in add-ons, so we don't have to put the whole £51 million down. A loan maybe. Someone like Bayern Munich have got a lot of problems. Like Leroy Sané's on a free at the end of the year, Kimmich, but I reckon they both go somewhere like Barcelona. Musiala's got a year left of his contract. I'd swap him for Havertz immediately or at the end of the season. But anyway, forget the dreams. They seem to not want Kingsley Coman, 28 years old. Like, unless they put a mad obligation of £40 million on it. If it's with an option, I'll take him on loan from Bayern Munich if said rumours are to be true. I'd love to speak to Real Madrid regarding Arda Güler. I think he's a wonderful talent and he's been wasted at Real Madrid. He can't get in their team. My only worry is he's like literally 5'6", 5'7". He's small. He's very lightweight, about 9 stone. Would he get battered in the Premier League? I'm not so sure, but I reckon at the right club he could still do bits. And striker-wise, I don't think you can get a loan. If you wanted a loan, you would have got Victor Osimhen at the start of the year when he went on loan to Turkey. He would have definitely have joined the Premier League club on loan rather than go to Turkey. Yes, Loco, don't start doing that little bitch yawn at me. I'm going to take you out shortly. Victor Gyökeres has kind of said he'll wait for the summer if no one activates his release clause, but no one seems to have £85 million cash to activate his release clause. No one wants him that badly, bros. But I'm a bit dubious about him. He's had a year and a half of good football in his life. He was rubbish at Swansea. He was rubbish at Brighton. He was normal at Coventry, but smashed it in Portugal. Sesko, decent footballer, strong. Probably could look after himself in the Premier League. He's not a guy that I don't ever, even after 5 years, I don't think he's a 30 goal a season striker. I reckon he gets you 5 assists, 15 goals every season. A good striker. Work hard for the team. Can do sometimes things out of the ordinary. But he's not someone that's going to come in and get 30 goals a season. Harry Kane, he'll be coming back to the Premier League soon. Is that why Bayern Munich were linked and tried to bid for Victor Gyokeres this January? It might work. I know. And other players. Sami Nasri wasn't a big guy though. But I was a season ticket holder in the era of people like Sami Nasri. And bro, believe me, it took 2.5 years for him to become a decent player. He showed little flashes in the 2.5 years. And then he had a year of brilliance, and then his contract was low, and we got mugged off by Man City, 25 mil. It can work, bros, but it took Nasri a little while. But again, I wouldn't rule it out. I'm not saying no because he's lightweight. I'm just saying Spain, Italy, these are the perfect leagues for Arda Güler. I'd love to have him on a 6 months loan, even with an option or an obligation. But I reckon Real Madrid would be too scared to do the obligation with Arsenal. You know what I mean? People reckon that like Odegaard's been the bargain of the year. In saying that, Odegaard is only one of 2 footballers at Arsenal. And go and look, bros, in the 33, I think it's 33 players Arteta is saying. Legit, straight face, go and tell me, who, if we had to sell tomorrow to bring in Mbappe and all unrealistic bullshit, I'm talking, you know, Kameninga comes in a centre mid, you know, Musiala, we get Isaac up front. But if you had to sacrifice a couple of players, who out of Arteta's 33 players that he signed could we make a profit on? I make it only 2. Gabriel, who he signed for 27 million, and Odegaard, who he signed for 34 million. They are local. They are legit the only 2 players we can get a profit from. Raya, 30 million plus 3 million loan. So I'm going to say 33 mil. I don't think there's no club out there. Like if he was that good, someone would bid 33 mil. I don't think no one does that. No one gives us 50 for Ben White. No one gives us 35 for Vieira. No one gives us the 21 mil for Jakub Kiwo or Tomiyasu, respectively. No one's going to give us 32 for Zinchenko. No one's going to give us 45 for Jesus. The list is fucking endless. Yeah. Well, I'd like Musiala, bros. Like, what can Bayern Munich do? If he doesn't sign a deal, because he said he won't talk to them again until the end of the season, and I have the jump on that, that's 100%. It ain't, my sources are not HP sauce and ketchup and fucking mayonnaise. He won't talk to Bayern to the end of the season. At the end of the season, he's got a year in his deal. If he ramps them at the end of the season, bros, I'd say straight, take Havertz, similar position, number 10 for a number 10. There was Musiala, no money involved. I'd even give them 10 million, even if a year left on his contract. Because look, we gave Real Sociedad 32.5 million, and we could have got Mourinho in January on a free, or at least spoke to him and done the pre-contractual thing. So yeah, we do need another class number 10 who can challenge this guy. But it'd be handy because obviously you don't want to drop a class number 10. I'd keep an eye on but I don't think we'd sign him, Xavi Simons. I think he could be a decent number 10. But someone, if the left wing wants to play shit and we ain't addressed the left wing with Nico Williams or signed anyone this January, I think he could also fill in nicely, the Dutch kid. Or he's not a kid no more. About 22, is he? 23. But he needs to settle down and find a home. Far too many loans. PSG clearly don't fancy him. Do you know what I mean? I reckon a decent bid in January or the summer, PSG just cut their losses with him. Because he never really smashes it when he's on loan. Loco, what are you saying? Shouts out to you, dog. Look at him. That butter wouldn't melt. What you say, Loco? Big dog. Yo! Them dog. So, yeah. Yo. Loco. Time for me to leave. I'm going to get out of here as well shortly, brother. But yeah, bro, seriously, what's your thoughts on that, as I'm saying? Have you got any thoughts, man? Out of the 32, 33 players he signed, honestly, who can we get a profit for? I make it only 2. That's not good business, bros. Wenger, yeah, I know he's gone and gone a long time now. But he would sign people like Vieira for 3.5 mil, get 11 years wonderful service out of him, most as his captain, league titles, Champions League final, FA Cup victories, you know what I mean? And when he comes to selling him to Juventus, even though I thought you're still a year or two too early, we got £16.9 million. Thierry Henry, we bought for £10.1 million. 10, 11 years of record-breaking service. He's our top record goal scorer at the club. When we come to sell him, we sold him just over £16 million. Again, a season or two too early. Anelka signed for 500,000, sold 2 years later, £23.5 million. Wenger was world class. And not only did he get the best out of players, after 10, 11 years service, he could sell them. Even after 11 hard, dogged, rugged Premier League years, Wenger could still get profits for all of his outlays. This guy's tired, this Arteta. How many games will we win? It's too hard to say, bros, because I'm hearing tragic rumours about Saliba. I'm going to chase them up. Do you know what I mean? I'm hearing it's a never, like the back one, bros. It's a never mystery injury. That's hard to, no one even knows it. It hasn't been diagnosed yet. But I'm going to chase this up after the stream. It depends how you look at it, mate. Do we want to check on players for profits when we shouldn't? As fans, just get the job done. Well, again, bros, though, at the end of the day, I'm so sorry to say this is why clubs have, and probably why Wenger eventually got sacked, because he had the power of the whole club. This is probably why Edu left, because Arteta has got mostly the power of the club. But especially these days, bros, with financial fair play, I'm so sorry to say, bros, this is now the job of managers and CEOs and sporting directors. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't smash it on merch and all your commercial shit you do from the end of the season and during pre-season, and your season tickets ain't sold out on point every year and blah, 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 and etc. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have problems. As you know, if we sell Zinchenko tomorrow for 10 million, it's still £10 million in the bank, but as financial fair play see it, it's a £22.5 million profit. Loss, sorry. Hence why we've copped onto it. If you can't beat them, join them. Bros, I didn't make the rules, but what I'm saying is, after giving Nketiah the number 14 shirt, Thierry Henry, like a wanker, Arteta, etc., and giving him 100 grand a week, why do you think he had to sell him? Because he was English and he was through our academy. It doesn't matter. You could be Cesc Fabregas. As long as you're through the academy, that's pure profit. Like Ian Maddison, he's from fucking Holland, but he's been at Chelsea for years. They sold him to Aston Villa for 40 mil in the summer. That's 40 mil, pure profit. Conor Gallagher, 34 million to Atletico Madrid, pure profit. And Chelsea are very smart at doing that. Man City are catching up with it now because they lost a lot of their players on silly deals and frees, like the Jadon Sanchos, and they come back to the Premier League for the best part of £90 million. We sold Emile Smith-Rowe. Again, this massively helps towards financial fair play. Because again, this could be one of the reasons why we weren't backed massively last summer and so far, thus far this January. But it depends how you look at it, mate. Well, no, not really, bros. And I don't really give a fuck. And I want trophies. But again, bros, I could ask you a different question. Would you like Arsenal to get to the finals of the League Cup and FA Cup? Well, go Google it, bros. I'll factually tell you, winning the FA Cup and the League Cup, bros, brings you in just over £1 million in trophy money. Bros, that doesn't even pay Havertz for a month. Or just about. Winning the FA Cup, bros, pays Pierre Havertz for a month. Not Arteta, not Skelly, not Saliba, Gabriel, Marie, everyone else in the squad. So, again, as much as it annoys me, it pisses me off when we don't win the FA Cup, when we fuck up against Newcastle in the semi-final. Because if you got to the semi-final, you may as well win it. But at the end of the day, if Newcastle win it, congratulations, but it still only gets them £1.2 million in prize money. Hence why Wenger made a decision all them years ago. And people like Lee Akers, as you said, that guy I had on the phone, the real one, who's going to get me a ticket for Man City. Hence why he hates Wenger. Because he is very nostalgic. He loves football. He wants to go to the Twin Towers, Wembley. Where I want that as well and blah, blah, blah. But maybe over the last few years and a few years of getting older, I've got more realistic and I see why clubs do it. What I'm saying is Arteta, though, he still puts out his first team and gets knocked out the FA Cup and the League Cup. Wenger had no interest in neither of them and put out the Christopher Wrays, the Abuis, etc. in the Caravan Cup and the FA Cup. Because at the end of the day, financially, he had to have a run in the Champions League and finish top 4. Hence why he started saying top 4 is a trophy. And he got injured in the warm-up today. Fuck. Like, personally, I don't care about how much we make unless it's our top assets. I get it, bros, but I never made the rules. Like, believe me, if someone comes in with something mad for Saka, just because he's English and through the academy, that would really help us out with financial fair play. God forbid I don't want us to do it. I'm just saying. That's a huge problem as well, because we don't reinvest. But then again, bruv, with all respect, did Wenger in 22 years spend the amount that Arteta has done in 5? I'm not so sure he did. In 22 fucking years. And you can say different errors, especially in the first 5, 6, 7 years. But after that, bros, when the Premier League football and the big money had fucking hit, bros, you had Chelsea taking the piss early into Wenger's era and spending money. We couldn't compete with it then, and it looks like we can't now. We're getting no one to know where with slip-ups like today. Exactly. Because again, with the Saka injury and him not trusting any left-back at the club, even though it's all his fault because he signed every single one of the motherfuckers, now he plays a central midfielder there. Like, what is your thoughts on Skelly at left-back? Like, I'm delighted he's getting minutes, but, bruv, he's a central midfielder. Would you like to think after Jorginho and Partey fuck off in the summer that he will be then moved on to a central midfield role? Bruvs, he is, you know. Like, look at the way they whipped Newcastle's arse today. Like, that was something impressive. Seriously. That was something very, very, very impressive. But UE, I want to update you on something. I'm hearing it's getting very toxic at the Emirates. So I've just phoned Lee Akers live on Daniel AFC TV and asked him to get me a ticket for Manchester City at home on February the 2nd. It's time for me to return to Emirates Stadium, especially if it's getting toxic. Sam Miller, the brother up here, has said it's getting toxic at the Emirates Stadium, bros. It's now time for Danny to make a return. Why not? Mourinho is shit, bros. Jorginho is shit. Right now, honestly, he should be the third choice midfielder. Rice, Partey, Skelly. I'd like you to confirm, though. Do you actually rate Mourinho and Jorginho better than Skelly? Granted, you may have never seen him. I've seen him in the under-21s and the under-18s in the centre mid. And I promise you, bros, I'm not saying he's a world beater or Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. But he keeps things neat, tidy, moves sharp, moves neat, doesn't lose the ball, doesn't lose possession. He's 100% a midfielder, bros. And you can see it when he does the inverted, perverted thing and comes in. Because at corners, he ends up over like as a right winger. I'm with you, mate. I don't rate them, no. So exactly. So for me, you're now stunting the growth. Just in case Skelly could be a good player. Really and truly, you paid 42 million for Calafiore, porco dio mi grande mi cazzo. So play Calafiore, you Italian motherfucker. Play him at left back and get Skelly in the central midfield for a game. Because if you're going to play Partey at right back ever, surely Skelly should be alongside Rice. And he used to love that continuity of a left-footed right, like Gabriel Saliba, left-footed centre-back, right-footed centre-back. Skelly's left-footed. Get him alongside Rice for a game. Bros, he's been very... That's because Partey ain't there. Partey is the guy that seems to be the go-to defensive midfielder, and it's like he's got Rice and Eldegaard just playing together with Partey more holding. I don't mind playing two defensive midfielders. It happened under the great Wenger, Emmanuel Petit and Vieira. They didn't score 10 goals each a season. They didn't assist 10 each a season. But I'll tell you what Emmanuel Petit and Vieira done. Bang! They didn't let no cunt get past them. It helps out, no matter who your defenders are. Osman, Arsenal breaking on Twitter. I don't believe it. Click that to me, though. Click that to me. I'd love to see it right now because he's on loan. I doubt we'd pay cash money, but what would be the incentive for Napoli to stop his loan in Turkey? Unless he just doesn't want to be in Turkey no more. Guys, we've bareback the 1 hour mark. Do be liking, do be subscribing. I'm hoping, I'm going to call him straight away. Lee Akers does get me into the Emirates. Arsenal versus Man City. Let me see what my brother, my Turkish brother Yui has sent me. Who the fuck is the store? Who is this geezer? Fuck me, he's got a lot of followers. Alright. Arsenal exploring a move for Victor Osimhen as they look to bolster their attacking front line. Okay. According to who? That guy? Rayo's a dickhead. I didn't feel what with everyone talking about world-class goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. Rayo, man. That was pretty shit today, if you ask me. He should have been on top of that for the Villa goal. He should have been on his team. The Watkins goal especially. But he wasn't. Guys, do be liking and do be subscribing if one happens to be new. What's our final thoughts? Winning a striker today was shocking. Badly, bros. But who? I don't believe that Osimhen link. He's on loan. If we wanted him on loan, we could have got him on loan from Napoli at the start of the season. So going off topic earlier, how much would you be willing to accept the club to pay for Osimhen? Bros, he isn't my number one target. So let's say, like WB said yesterday, if you could get Sesko, 21 years old, at his release clause, 55 mil, but Napoli said they would accept 55 mil for Osimhen, who would you choose out of both of them? Osimhen, I think, gets you maybe 2, 3, 4 more goals over a 38 Premier League goal season. But I think Sesko is the better all-round player and probably the better worker and the better mentality and the better team player. So if it was out of Benjamin and Sesko on similar money, I would go Sesko. It depends who you're comparing him to. But I wouldn't want to pay that much, no. I'd love him on loan with an option or an obligation if he scores so many goals. So, yeah. I believe he should go with his first choice striker. If it is Sesko, go for Sesko. If it is Isaac, wait till the summer. I know that means it's another season of, and it'll be 6 seasons of Arteta doing nothing apart from one FA Cup, which he only played 3 games in. I'm sure he come in around the quarter-final. Did he come in at the semi-final? Or was it the quarter-final? I'd want him on loan, bros, and see how he does. Like, he's playing in Turkey. With all respect to Turkey, and you know, he was all right in Italy. That means squat fuck all in the Premier League of football, bros. Martinez is better than Leno, Ramsdale, and Rayo. I know, and he had access to all 3, and he let the best goalkeeper in the world go. So for me, there's a sackable offence. To let the best keeper in the world leave your club for 17 mil and then spend 33 on Rayo, 28 on Ramsdale, 10 million on Matt Turner, I'll personally have sacked him just for that offence. But top 4 is a trophy, and I believe the only way Arteta will get sacked now is if he steps out of top 4, which could happen this year. Man City play us on the 2nd of February. I don't know who to play before then, but I reckon they'll be just about level on points of us. Or on the day of the 2nd of February, they'll go level on points by beating us at the Emirates, if not going above us into 4th or something, and we get notched out to 5th. But Chelsea have been stuttering, we'll have to see. Newcastle lost today. But again, just before we go, if we do look again, Nottingham Forest are at home Southampton tomorrow. They will be on the same points as us. I'm sure they're going to drop away. and it ain't Leicester 2016. But Forest, man, they're going to batter Southampton tomorrow, I'm sure. So Forest are on 44 with us, 22 games played. Liverpool have got a game in hand over us and Forest on the 22 games played. They've already got 50. That would bring them to 53 if they win that. Chelsea are sitting in 5th, 37. If they win the game in hand that they've got over Arsenal, it brings them to 40. 40 points behind us. 4 points behind us. But Forest joint second of Arsenal. Man City, they'll win against Wolves, 35, 37. That'll bring them to 38. All right, they might not go above us on the day of 2nd of February. But when they beat us at the Emirates, Man City, they'll be drawing in ever so close. It's got a bounce. I'm done from the game. Done from the game. Speak soon, bro. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much, my G. Shouts out to you. I hope you have subscribed to the channel. I'm sure you have. And please do get a like on the video, bros. We can do this live one night, bros. We can have a little half hour, or as long as you like, bros. I can talk for England. You know what I mean? Debating and talking the subject of our beloved Arsenal Football Club. But it is almost time for me to bounce also, people. Do be liking, do be subscribing if we is new. Any final thoughts for me before I do go? Piss poor result. The 2-2 against Villa, not even close to being good enough. I don't want to hear Emre and our bogey team. It's nothing to do with that. It's a Arteta and I'm a Shavine. That's actually the problem. Seriously. Oops, sorry, oh. Yep, quickly grab that. Yes, I am. I was having a look at a bet for tomorrow, to be straight with you. I'm going to plan and plot that one there properly. Shouts out to the real ones, though. Do be hitting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if one happens to be new. Quickly look, in-play football. Fuck, man, there's a few. But guys, yeah, it's time for me to go. Let me skedaddle. Wenger spent 700 mil unsold. There you go. See what I mean, bros? This is why I won't allow, even if it's Lee Akers. And me and him we can go 50 cuffs, and I love you, Lee. We can go above, click this to him. 1 hour and 7. We can go on mano a mano. I never, and all right, he's turned on Arteta now. I don't know why he ever liked him in the first place. Like, and in a disrespectful way that he always wants to talk about Wenger, it makes me go nuts inside about with Lee. If it was anyone else, I'd have bit them on their ear and their fucking cheek. Because look, bros, now quickly before I bounce, go and tell me what Arteta's done. Bros, that's like for like. Bros, that's like spending 0 in 22 years, but still winning the league title. Still winning numerous FA Cup spots. Do you get it? And he got to a Champions League final. Because they watch me hard. Shouts out to Tai. He's just saying how Wenger made a loss of 70 mil. In 22 years, he spent 70 mil. For all the success, 20 years in a row of top football, top 4 bros. Do you know how much money we made? Do you know how much money we made on the Wenger? And to think the first year he dropped out of Champions League, yeah, they were on to him. And halfway through the second year, and he still had time, but we were in a bad position in the league, and we didn't finish top 4. They aimed and they fired on him halfway through the season. Well, I don't want to include the changing room or building facilities. I'm talking about players. Go on, how much did Arteta spend and how much did he recouped? Go on, WB. Forget buying the stadium. That's all down to Wenger. Fuck that. I just want the players. So Wenger in 22 years lost 70 million. I need now Arteta in 5. Ty, let me just quickly tell you. He's spent around the same what he did in 22 years, and he's recouped about 0, I reckon. Can't be asked. You're a wanker. So yeah. So WB, do you get it? Why I say and have these passionate arguments with Lee and say, don't you dare talk about Wenger like that. Wenger lost, or spent, sorry, not lost, spent 70 million at our club in 22 years and won us various trophies and put us on the map as one of the world's biggest teams again and got us a 60,000 seater stadium. He had the foresight to do all of that, bruvs. So again, I don't know if that's changed in your opinion. I don't know what your opinion was on Wenger. I've only really rowed passionately with Lee Akers about him. But don't compare the two. Because again, like I said, Vieira, Henry, he signed them for £13.5 million between them. Got 11 years service as captain as well out of them. Still made massive profits on them. Why? So what, you're telling me over 22 years and winning league titles, it comes for free? Tell me any manager. Ferguson never done that at Man U, bros. He always had to spend money. Pep Guardiola, bros. Look, they're only getting found out now because they didn't spend money for 2 years. Do you know what I mean? Man United have spent money consistently since Ferguson left. 250 mil on the Mourinho, 250 mil on the Louis van Gaal. They didn't get them nothing. Pep has done what? He's spent money everywhere he's went, bros. Do you know what I mean? Let's not go there. He's had people like Messi at fucking thing. He went to a club that won the league in Germany every year anyway. They'd never lost the league title race. Probably just once in 11 years. He was given the Bayern Munich job to win the Champions League. He didn't in the 3 years he was there. Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. Pep needs money. Every manager needs money, bros. Pep can't go Middlesbrough tomorrow, bros, and make them win Champions League. Trust me. Jurgen Klopp, he done it on half of a budget. He done it Wenger style at Liverpool. Because that's what made Klopp leave in the end. Never got Pep. Would they be this good? I'm not going to say 4 and 5 league titles in a row, but Mickey Mouse could run that club, bros. Are you telling me Xabi Alonso, who won 3 trophies last year in Germany? Remember, Bayer Leverkusen has never, ever won the league in Germany. Because no one does. It's all Bayern Munich's property, the league title. But he won the league in Germany last year, bros. He won 3 trophies last year. And if he didn't lose in the European final, the UEFA Cup final would have been 4. He done that on a shoestring of a budget. Are you telling me Alonso doing that with Granit Xhaka can't come and do a good job at Man City? Bollocks. Bollocks. Do you know what I mean? Absolute bollocks. Why do you think he loves Man City so much? And the English press and the English media. Every other country would get onto him for not winning the Champions League. That's why he ducked from Bayern Munich. At Barcelona, they were getting all kinds of financial troubles, and Messi was coming to the end. He ducked. I rate him. He is one of the world's finest. But again, bros, come Arsenal, make us win the league. Go Newcastle, make them win the league. With financial fair play. He wouldn't be able to at Newcastle. Because not even Eddie Howe can spend money right about now, willy-nilly. Because it doesn't work like that in football. Man City are suddenly spending money again. Don't you see this window? They've paid off enough lawyers, paid off enough people in the FA, Premier League, UEFA, whatever it is, and they're getting away with these 114 charges scot-fucking free. They're going to get a fine and a huge warning. or they're going to get a transfer embargo, which again, for those that don't know what that means, they're going to be banned from signing players for the next window or two. So why do you think they're signing so many now? He is. But he also done a very good job at Wolves. What it was, Wolves hit the financial fair play wall. Remember, bros, like they don't charge £100 like Arsenal to get in. Their match day programme is probably £2. The Bovril's probably £1. We charge a fiver for a cup of Bovril or a cup of tea. It's all different at the Emirates, bros. 15 quid for a burger and drink. That's not even with chips. It's 19 with the chips. It's ridiculous. A pint of warm Estelle beer is £7.50 at the Emirates. Well, that was last season. I ain't been there this year. Wolves can't charge that. And their stadium ain't 60,000. That's why they run into the financial fair play situation. And the Portuguese players they were getting suddenly wanted to leave and had to go. Most definitely. Most definitely. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Go Google it at Wolves. It's not the same. Go look at Arsenal's match day programme. Is it still a fiver or has it gone up to £7 WB? I've got one here, but it doesn't specify the price for some weirdo reason. It's because it's too high. I've got the official match day programme for Man United, but it doesn't tell you the price. It's probably because it's shocking. I bet it's gone up, bros. Because it used to tell you the price on the front cover. So yeah, I promise you, the Wolverhampton matchday programme ain't £5, bros. It's £2.53. So yeah, Newcastle, they're richer than God, bros, but they're not allowed to spend the money. Eddie Howe said it in an interview a few weeks ago. He goes, yeah, it's frustrating. He goes, we made 1 or 2 mistakes at the start. We overpaid for 1 or 2 players because teams knew it was Newcastle. We had new owners. He goes, now, not only we can't overpay for a player, we have to just come out of the race for players because financial fair players licked us. Newcastle are going to build on top of that stadium, bros. They're trying to get the permission right now. And they have a 52,000 stadium already, bros. And that ain't enough. It's way too cheap. Their season tickets don't cost £1,100. Go and have a look what a season ticket at Newcastle is. It ain't the price that it is at Arsenal, bro. Liverpool fans walked out in the 70th minute because Liverpool wanted to charge £70 for tickets. The Liverpool fans got their way. Do you remember they all turned their back and they all walked out the game last year? Only London you can do this. Only of Arsenal and Chelsea and Fulham, bros, and their new stand is about £107 to get in. £107 to get in the Fulham game. Fuck Fulham's new stand. £107. Wolves can't do that. So yeah, what brought us onto this? What was actually the thing? Nuno was a good manager, but Wolves he ran out of money. Forest now have money, bros, but we know financial fair play caught them last year. Did they get 2 points deducted? Did they win them back? Everton got deducted points. So again, the way we buy people like Zinchenko and Vieira, that was 70 million quid. What are we going to get back for them both? 10 million each. We're fucking it. And you're telling me you can't be asked to tell me what Arteta has spent and what he's brought back. I'm going to go and look myself, bros. Trust me. Straight after this stream, which I'm going to duck out of now. An hour and 20 minutes down, guys. Do be liking, do be subscribing. Trossard, I think you've won the man of the match again, you know. Shouts out to you, Ty, though. Exactly, Ty. So, yeah, we're equipped. And we should be fighting this financial fair play thing better. And there should be better coming out of our academy. like what Chelsea do, selling Conor Gallagher 30 mil, Ian Mattison 40 mil. Who the fuck can we sell from our academy for 40 mil? Apart from Athan. Bollocks. Guys, peace out. Good night. See you tomorrow, yo. Arsenal 2, Villa 2. Villa, Arteta, fuck you. Not even close to good enough, man.